was a senseless criminal act that resulted in the horrific deaths of Dion and Jennifer Longworth, injury to several others, unparalleled property damage, and a loss of a sense of safety and security for the residents of that neighborhood.
We continue to follow breaking news right here on the Now. Indy is the mastermind in the deadly Richmond Hill blast, is found guilty on all charges. Today, the jury returned after just 3 short hours of deliberating. The verdict, Mark Ray Leonard guilty on all 53 counts. The next big trial will focus on his brother, Bob. Call 6 investigator and host of the Now, Rafael Sanchez, live in South Bend with the latest for us this afternoon. Rafael?
Jason, good afternoon. Once the Marion County Prosecutor's Office is done with Mark Ray Leonard, they'll move on to his brother, Bob Leonard, who's connected to the Richmond Hill explosion. Bob, of course, has been in custody since December 21st of 2012. He was arrested on the same day as his brother Mark and his former girlfriend, Monserrate Shirley. Now, Bob is facing as well murder and arson charges in connection to the South Side explosion. Witnesses reported seeing Bob go into the home and that exploded on Field Fairway on the night of the blast. Authorities say that they also found DNA belonging to Bob on the door of 8349 Field Fairway. Monserrate Shirley will more than likely testify that he was involved in the plot. But we wanted to know, after what happened today here in South Bend, will there be a deal for Bob Leonard Jr.? We asked the leading prosecutor in this case, Denise Robinson.
You always go back and look at the evidence, but I have every expectation that trial will go. And we'll make some adaptations because the evidence is a little different with regard to Bob Leonard. But otherwise, I think the trial will go in January.
We've seen Mr. Minch, who's one of the attorneys for Bob Leonard, in the courtroom, and he talks about a plea deal with him?
No.
As you heard there from Denise Robinson, at this point, no talk of a plea deal with Bob Leonard, who is scheduled to go on trial in Fort Wayne in January. And based on the verdicts here today in South Bend, the future may not bode well for him there in Allen County. Joining me now is digital correspondent Jordan Fisher. You just posted a story that just hit our website, the80channel.com, online, in which you pretty much just bring this trial all into one big capsule.
Sure. Well, Rafael, this trial took about 22 days to complete. I was in the courtroom for all 22 days. What you can find on the Indianapolis.com is my wrap-up of the trial from start to finish, from those opening arguments to the verdict and the reactions afterwards.
And, of course, we have one more hearing tomorrow with Mark Ray Leonard on the issue of life without parole, and you'll be there as well, giving us detail by detail of what happens in that courtroom.
That's right. One more hearing. Prosecution has the chance to make their case again, why he should never see the outside world. Defense is going to try again to keep him, at least have a little bit of hope of seeing time outside jail.
Jordan Fisher, thank you so much. You can read his blog and his story right now on the80channel.com, and should point out that the Marion County Prosecutor Terry Curry says more than likely he will get, that is, Mark Ray Leonard will get life in prison without parole. He will die in state prison. We are live in South Bend. Rafael Sanchez, RTV6.
Thank you for everything there, Rafael. Not only was the jury's quick return surprising to some, but so too was the defense's case overall. During their day of arguments, they showed very little evidence, but was it all a part of their strategy? We took that question to former Marion County Prosecutor Carl Brizzi today.
Fair to the defense, they had a really tough case, and I think they did a lot of things in the beginning to maybe set this up to protect their client on appeal for appellate review. They had several motions for mistrial, which the judge took under advisement but ultimately denied. But at the end of the day, look, the defense even admitted that Leonard started the fire. They just said that maybe he didn't mean to cause the damage that he did. That's not good enough. All the state had to show was that he reasonably should have known that those things could have happened.